And don't forget about Cheers for Beers, brought to you by Doubletree and Hilton Redding. The Royals goaltending records 25 saves tonight. You can head over to Cheers after the game and enjoy half-price glasses like beer until close. Cheers for Beers, brought to you by Doubletree and Hilton Redding. Fans of the Eagles over, you should like to be going to T-Road Radio. It's your host for his music for the Riley Fingers. Over the air, on 101.9 FM, or you can listen on the internet by visiting T102radio.com. Fans all held by the Rackley Center is the official title factor of the Royals. Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or if you just want to feel your best, their team is there to help you do better and live healthier. Thanks again to All Health Chiropractic Center. Vision General Revenue is proud to present the Vision's Community Assist Program. For every assist recorded by a Royals player during tonight's game, a $24 donation will be made to Slapshot Charities, thanks to Vision's Dental Credit Union. And we thank Saucon and Creek for being tonight's Royals peace partner.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
It's a key matchup in the Keystone State. The Admirals with their playoff hopes on the line visit the team that holds the last playoff spot in the North Division. We're here at Santander Arena in Reading, Pennsylvania. Nick Gimbel here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Pleased to have you join us here for the Cox Mobile pregame show, getting you set for the first of 4 games over the next 5 days between these two teams. The Reading Royals currently sitting with 69 points, a 30-21, 7-2 record. Here at home, they are 18-8-2-1. On the opposite side, the Admirals, fresh off an overtime victory against the Greensboro Gargoyles, have improved their record to 26-30. 4-0 for 56 points on the season. The road record has also improved, sitting right now at 10-14-2-0. 12 games, including this game tonight, remaining in the regular season, 13 points out. It's a daunting task, but what better matchup to get the playoff push continuously started as we get set against the Reading Royals. They're sitting in that number 4 spot, the exact same amount of games played as the Admirals. 60 games played for everybody in the North Division except for the top and bottom teams, the Wheeling Nailers and Greensboro Gargoyles, sitting with 61 games played. The Admirals having to jump over the Worcester Railers and Trois-Rivières Lions to even get a crack at the Reading Royals. But This is a 16-point swing kind of week. 2 points for a regulation or overtime win, but if the Admirals lose a game, they not only not pick up the 2 points, but then they yield the 2 points to the Reading Royals and vice versa. It is a 4-point swing for all 4 games getting ready to be played this week. An off day tomorrow. There's a concert here at Santander Arena tomorrow. So leave it all out on the ice right now. Take it game by game, 1 game at a time, because this is going to have a playoff type of feel. And it's going to be goaltender Isaac Poulter getting the start in net tonight for the Admirals to get this pseudo playoff series started. 35th appearance of the season for Poulter, 21-12, 1-0, 2.73 goals against average and a .906 save percentage. On the opposite side, former Admiral goaltender Yanni Peretz gets the start. This will be his 24th appearance of the season. He sits at 11-8, 2-1, 3.18 goals against average, .899 save percentage. Key additions for the Reading Royals. They got the reinforcements that they wanted. Hunter Johannes and Carson Golder making their return to the Royals lineup. Johannes is going to center the top line of Connor McMenamin and Jacob Frasca. Carson Golder is going to filter into the second line left wing position with Brandon Sagan and Jeremy Michel. Quite a few AHL and 1 NHL signed player on this Royals roster. 3 at forward and 2 on defense signed to the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and both goaltenders, Yanni Peretz and Keith Petruzzelli, signed to Lehigh Valley. Connor Kurth is the only NHL signed player to this Royals team. No, he is not signed to the Philadelphia Flyers. His NHL rights are held by the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Connor Kurth out of Elk River, Minnesota, in his 62nd game played on the season, will be on that fourth line right wing position. Owen McLaughlin will have his 4th game played in the ECHL, still looking for his first ECHL goal under AHL contract. For the Admirals, very minimal changes to their lineup following their overtime victory against Greensboro on Sunday. All of the forward group, does not change. Hebert will center Osmondson and Florent on the top line. The second line gets the start tonight for the Admirals. Christoph Papp centering Brody Crane and Jaden Dureau. Third line, Nick McCary centers Michael Cetera and Jack O'Leary. Michael Cetera grew up just about 45 minutes east of Reading, Pennsylvania, in New Hope, Pennsylvania. He says he'll have quite a number of friends and family coming over the course of this 4-game set, and primarily on Saturday. So a miniature homecoming for Michael Cetera, who played his collegiate hockey at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Fourth line, Marco Reifenberger centers James Hardy, and Justin Young remains in the lineup. The only change on defense, the second D pair will be Braden Engum and Will Magnuson reinserted into the lineup. Walteri Peronin will sit out on the defensive side tonight. The healthy scratches that made the trip are as follows. Walteri Peronin, the defenseman, Killian Keeker-Olsen, and Nathan Knoll at forward are not dressed but are on the road trip. The other defensive pairs, Carson Musser and Josh McDougall, Ben Zalotti and Jack Piscucci, that third D pair. But we saw excellent puck movement between Braden Engum and Ben Zalotti, but that defensive pair of Engum and Magnuson reunited after Magnuson was held out for precautionary reasons for a lower body injury just about a week and a half ago. And again, Isaac Poulter gets the start tonight. He will battle former Admiral goaltender Yanni Peretz. This is the first of a 4-game in 5-day set between these two teams. All 5 days right here at Santander Arena. Again, this is going to have a playoff-style feel. The Reading Royals do not have a playoff position locked up by any means. They are being chased in a very big way by not only the Admirals here in the building tonight, but the Worcester Railers and Trois-Rivières Lions are chasing the Reading Royals. So the Royals knowing that they have a job to get done, but the Admirals are already in a playoff mindset. Lose and go home type of mentality this weekend for the Admirals. Once again, here on the Cox Mobile pre-game show, the Reading Royals have taken to the ice. The Admirals soon following in their road white uniforms, trimmed in navy blue and gold, as Isaac Poulter will tick the net to broadcast left. We'll send it down to ice level, where we'll introduce tonight's starting lineups, national anthem, and puck drop here at Santander Arena to wrap up the Cox Mobile pregame show on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
And now, fans, let's meet the starting lineup for your Reading Royals. The starting forward for number 18, Hunter John Bennett. Number 39, Connor McSimon. Number 95, Jacob Rasta. On the bench, number 46, Vincent Sevier. Number 88, Artem Sulikov. In goal line for the Royals, number 1, Yanni Verret. And in the numbers of your Reading Royals. And at this time, we will regular attention for the section number 24 for tonight's ceremonial puck drop, presented by Bobby Jones Sports and Ruffles Scotland. Representing Nolan Construction this evening, please welcome Dan Whitmer. Kansas City Bobby Jones supports the Nolan Complex for their sponsorship and support of tonight's ceremonial puck drop. And at this time, we would like to thank you all. Please rise if you are physically able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. As they direct your attention for the book, section 109, brought to you tonight by Burke's Plumbing and HVAC Specialists. Please welcome the Wilson High School Chamber Choir for their performance of the Stars Spangled Banner.
just about set and ready to drop the puck here in Santander Arena. Nick Gimbel here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Pleased to bring you Admirals hockey here on this 4-game road trip. The Admirals in their road white uniforms trimmed in navy blue and gold will be moving left to right across the ice surface from broadcast vantage point. Isaac Poulter in the net to your left. Yanni Peretz in the net to your right as the Reading Royals wear their home black uniforms trimmed in white and orange. The top line for Reading starts Hunter Johannes, Jacob Frasca, and Connor McMenamin. Against Jaden Dureau, Christoph Pappen, Brody Crane. Will bring the teams to center ice. A very important set of games ready to get underway for Wednesday night action in the Keystone State. Christoph Papp wins the faceoff all the way down to Isaac Poulter, and he'll leave it for Braden Engum. Moving up the far side, Wall Magnuson changes the angle of attack to the right wing. Jaden Dureau's going to be first on it in the far corner. And now up to the near wall for Christoph Papp, We'll reverse that. My broadcast vantage point opposite of the broadcast cameras. So from the near side, Brody Crane has it knocked away from him over the blue line into the corner for Braden Engum. Sends it hard around the far side wall for Jaden Dureau in front of the Admirals bench. Goes through everybody, and it will turn into a quick Sheraton Waterside icing 31 seconds in to a scoreless first period. Face-off to be taken on the near side circle. Blocker hand side of Isaac Poulter. Christoph Papp is in there. Royals win it to the blue line. Near side blue line shot. Blocked in front. Never made it on goal to Poulter. Dumped into the far corner. Magnuson's going to be first on it. He's harassed from behind. Chips it up the wall. Christoph Papp gets it out to the near side boards. Meehan will send it around the boards near side to far. Christoph Papp looking for an outlet, finds Jaden Dureau in the neutral zone, chips it down. Admirals make a 4-player line change. Back come the Royals on the transition. Near circle, shot, gets deflected wide to the far corner. Backhanded, back through the trapezoid, picked off, and Benzalati gets his first touch of the evening. He'll look down the near side, cuts out in the middle, and takes the space given to him. Finds Brandon Osmondson trying to split the defense into the near corner. Meehan pokes it around to the far side. Florent sends it right back where it came from. Meehan's going to be first on it. Has Golder right in front of him, the former Norfolk Admiral, brought back down from the Lehigh Valley Phantoms just today. Spent the last couple of weeks up in the American Hockey League, did Carson Golder. He'll watch this puck move up the far side wall. Shot blocked away off the body of Piscucci. Kareem's up the near side half wall. Bounces past Grant Hebert and cycled back to the hash marks. Walks to the middle. High slot shot deflected off the glass behind of Isaac Poulter. Mongo into the slot. Good move to get around Zalati. Backhander in front. Poulter point blank save. Rebound there in the blue paint. Cleared out by Hebert and then sent the length of the ice. Courtesy of Jack Piscucci. And a very early Sheraton Waterside icing call. The arm of the linesman went up way before he blew the whistle. 18:02 left. In a scoreless first period, Reading has the game's opening 3 shots. Face off again on the near circle. Make that 4-0, the shots in favor of the Reading Royals. Got a couple point blank on Poulter. He stopped all of them. Near circle shot, Kareem's on and off the stick of Osmondson. Toe drag to the far circle. Save made by Poulter on the shot that came from Kyle Haskins. Wide of the far side post, bounces back behind in the trapezoid. Royals collapsing on it. Hebert has it go squeaking through his legs to the blue line on the far side. Now circle into the left-handed catch and glove of Isaac Poulter. 17:35 left in a scoreless first period. Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. Admirals win a defensive zone face-off. Josh McDougall moves in front of the team benches, backhands to the near corner. Marco Reifenberger's going to be first on it. To the far side half hole, it finds James Hardy. Blue line, Muster. Shot deflected wide to the near side. Pinching down off the wall is Josh McDougall. Justin Young takes a bump on that near side corner from Vincent Sevigny. Two-a-side battle in the corner. Hardy pops out with it. He'll look up to the top of the zone, cycles back behind for Justin Young. Tied up by Sevigny. Support from Reifenberger. He's bumped to the glass. Muster joins the battle. He'll hold it below the goal line. Reifenberger gets away from Artem Kulikov as the puck finds its way to the neutral zone and poked in the rest of the way by Kyle Haskins, but it goes over the glass and out of play with 16:53 left in a scoreless first period. Norfolk still held shotless through the opening 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Reading with 6. Faceoff will be just outside of Admiral territory on the near side faceoff dot. Reading wins it. They'll move it along the red line, and it's dumped in. Poulter stops it, rims it back up the far wall. Michael Cetera looking for an option. Nick McCary gets away with it. He'll go with a 2-on-1. McCary down the far side. Back door looking for O'Leary. It's behind him, and out come the Royals to the blue line off the skates of Cetera. And they'll move it to the neutral zone finally. Knocked away by McCary. And Cetera moves down the near side. Gets it dumped into the far corner. And stolen right back by Reading into the neutral zone. First opportunity for the Admirals. Unable to get a shot on goal. Poked back to the near side. Stolen away on the transition is Ben Meehan. Stolen away by Jack Piscucci on the errant pass. And kicked along by O'Leary for Cetera, who finds Braden Engum joining the play. Through Jaden Dureau, this will be another Sheraton Waterside icing against the Admirals, who are a little disconnected right now in the opening 4 minutes of play. Admirals got to take advantage of tonight's game specifically. Very light crowd here at Santander Arena. This is not a hostile environment tonight by any stretch of the imagination. Take advantage of the lack of energy in the building. Create your own energy. Start this road trip off with a win. The Admirals got to get out of their own defensive zone, though. Up the near side to the blue line. Blocked. Isaac Poulter covers that loose puck up off the body of Braden Engum with 15:46 left in a still scoreless first period. April 3rd and 4th are the last 2 home games of the regular season. Don't miss Boardwalk Beach Bums Night on Friday and Fan Appreciation Night on Saturday night. Visit our website to get your tickets now. Face off again on the near side circle in Admiral territory. Pops right onto the stick of Ben Zalotti, and James Hardy will move it to the near side boards for Reifenberger to dump in. Takes a hit in the process, but he gets it below the goal line. Pushed up the far wall, intercepted by Justin Young. He'll send it back below the face-off dots for Hardy. Hardy tries to send it out in front to Reifenberger, pounces onto his stick. Near circle shot by McDougall, careens to the far corner again, and Hardy rims it around the boards. Back to the near side. Reifenberger colliding with Brandon Sajin. They get back up onto their skates as the battle commences in the corner. Royals outnumber 3-on-2. Reifenberger makes it 3-on-3. 6 players piled up. Hardy pops out to a more defensive position. Reifenberger filters it towards the front of the net. Yanni Peretz will cover it up. Not sure if that'll be credited for the first Admiral shot on goal, but it does stop the clock with 15:06 left in period 1. They do credit it as the Admirals' first shot on goal. Still no score, and an offensive zone face-off coming up. Near side circle, Pat, Crane, and Dureau with Zalotti and McDougall. Already a bit of line juggling on defense. Pap wins it. McDougall backhands it to Crane, who fires one wide of the net. Ben Zalotti gets to it, cycles away from pressure, backhands cross ice. Brody Crane fans on the one-timer on the near circle, and out it comes on the transition. Back close to the game's opening goal, but it goes back down to Admiral territory. Zalotti up the far wall for Jaden Dureau. He'll look for an outlet through the neutral zone. Knocked away from him by Vincent Sevigny and back into Admiral territory. McDougall up the near wall. Brody Crane has it go off of him. Delayed offside called. 14:35 left. In this first period. Face off right at center. Gendron loses it at the red line to Florent, who restarts through Engum and Magnuson. Back to the near side off the backhand of Florent. He'll dump it in. Yanni Peretz has it bounce over his stick. Osmondson walks from the far corner through the trapezoid, trying to find an avenue out towards the front. Cycles behind for Brady Florent. Blue line, Engum, shot deflected. Peretz with the save. Osmondson trying to get to a bouncing puck. Finds its way out to the top of the circle and back up the far wall, intercepted by Hebert. Hebert with time on the half wall. They collapse on him. Osmondson gets it in the corner. Looking for any option in a white jersey. Florent tries to throw it out in front to Hebert. Hebert taken down. That's going to be the first power play of the game for the Admirals with 13:53 left in period one. We'll come back after a short break to the first New Horizon Bank power play of the evening. Still no score, 13:53 left in period one here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
$13:53 left in a scoreless first period. The Admirals trying to change that as they're on their first New Horizon Bank power play of the evening. Excuse me. They also took Hebert to the penalty box for 4-on-4. Grant Hebert got taken for diving. That's a little outlandish. So it is not the first New Horizon Bank power play. 13.5 left in period one. We're 4-on-4. So the faceoff goes back down to Admiral territory following the 4-on-4 rush by the Royals to the Admirals' defensive zone. Far side circle face-off. The Admirals control for 4-on-4 play on a play they should be on the power play for. Carson Musser looks for an outlet down the far wall for Josh McDougall. Admirals have two forwards and two defensemen. On the near side, it's Justin Young. He'll get around one body to the corner. Cycles it back for Cetera in the circle. Out in front, McDougall off the blocker hand of Peretz on a deflection. And the Royals get it to center on a 3-on-2. Golder makes it an odd man rush. Royals are about a mile offside, and that will bring another whistle with 13 minutes exactly remaining in period number one. Still no score. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in questionable 4-on-4 play. Royals win it in the neutral zone. 70 will work back towards Reading territory. Off the far wall for Hunter Johannes, also making his Royals return. First game since February 5th in a Reading uniform, up there with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the American Hockey League. Ben Zalotti, also in just his second game back in an Admiral uniform, who spent time in the American Hockey League, finds Braden Engum, who gives it back to Zalotti behind the net. 40 seconds left of 4-on-4 play, near side wall for Christoph Papp. Pat trying to walk into the offensive zone. He'll go all the way to the far circle. Cycles up to the blue line. Pat goes cross ice to Benzalati at the blue line. Stays just onside. Duro, far circle shot right into the Royal logo of Yanni Peretz. No rebound given up with 12:18 left in period one. Shot 6-5. Still in favor of the Reading Royals. No score. Very important four-game set for both of these teams. Reading trying to solidify their spot in the playoffs. The Admirals just trying to keep their hopes alive. They'll work it out of the far circle. Reifenberger goes straight back to Benzalati, and the linesman doesn't like how he did it, so Reifenberger will be tossed out of the face-off. That means James Hardy's going to come in for the face-off. Excuse me, make that Brody Crane. 3 forwards, 1 defenseman out here for this offensive zone face-off. Crane, Reifenberger, and Hardy out with Zalati. Crane wins it back, not far enough, and Jake Willits gets to it first, starting a 3-on-3 on the near side wall. Cross ice, just past the stick of Jacob Frasca. Now out in front, Willits is all alone. Poulter shuts the door. Point-blank save for Isaac Poulter, keeping it scoreless with 12:46 left in period one. Too close for comfort for the Admirals, who again lose sight of an opposition player in the defensive zone. That'll bring a face-off on the near side circle. 12:04 left in period one. 11 seconds left of 4-on-4 play. Bounces onto the stick of Will Magnuson, who sends it to the safety of center ice. Osmundson and Florenta are out there, so Hebert will likely stay on the ice once he exits the beat box penalty box. Kyle Haskins to the far side for Frasca. Dumps it into the corner, finding Ben Meehan. Back to 5-on-5 full strength. Osmundson finds it off the near side boards from Grant Hebert. Osmundson stood up at the blue line, stays on his skates to hold possession. Florent, Hebert, far circle, no shot taken. Hebert, stuff attempt. Save made by Peretz, who gets back to his post. Osmundson trying to peel it off the board, back behind. Bounces out to the high slot, and the Royals get it out. Hebert with an excellent back check, and Brady Florent will come back over the blue line. Florent near circle shot, saved by Peretz, no rebound given up. And Kulikov tries to steer Osmundson out from in front of the net. Well, the Admirals are not without their opportunities. They're on a 7-shot run. They were outshot 6-0 to the Reading Royals in the opening couple of minutes. Now make it 7-all. Still scoreless with 11:16 left in period one. Reading will dump it into Admiral territory after getting out of the defensive zone, and Musser looks from the far corner. Backhands to the near side, Jack Piscucci up the wall through Brody Crane, and across the neutral zone it comes to Ivan Mongo. Poked into Mongo to come over the blue line. Mongo near side shot off the outside of the post. Poulter cut the angle down, and another one goes off the outside of the far post, this time from Mikhail Robidoux. Royals working it around the Admirals zone, just about halfway through period one. To the high slot, Mongo has it knocked away by Crane to the blue line, now top circle, shot over the crossbar, and out for Jaden Duro with an opportunity. He'll fall down in front of the bench, but finds Christoph Pat joining the play. Pat down the far wall, cuts up in the corner. Cycling away, down low to Brody Crane, trying to anyways. It gets chipped off the glass all the way down to be gloved by Braden Engum, who pokes at it in front of the Admirals bench to Grant Hebert. And Engum will move it along for Musser to find Brody Crane on the near side. Osmundson's the outlet on the far side. Goes backdoor. Florent has it off the body of Yanni Peretz. That was Hebert rather cutting towards the net. And again, Yanni Peretz stands tall against his former club. To the far corner for Hebert. behind Florent, has it go back to the near side. Engum pokes into Florent. Florent out in front, Hebert. Osmondson battling for it. It's in the blue paint, still loose. Peretz has it go off his right pad, and Hebert gets it in the trapezoid. Trying to find Osmondson back to the near corner. Florent is backdoor, but Osmondson filters it to the net. Florent back again into the mixer, and Hebert can't get a paddle on it. And back behind the net, it goes to Ben Meehan, 9.5 left in period one. Norfolk is swarming in the offensive zone. When they have their opportunities, just unable to capitalize. It's still scoreless with 9:20 left in period one. It'll go into the Admirals bench and out of play for a whistle and a stoppage. With 9:18 left in the opening period of play, we'll come back to a scoreless game halfway through period one on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
This is Christoph Papp, and you're listening to Admirals Hockey on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Now, let's get back to the action with Nick Gimbel.
.918 left in a scoreless first period. Admirals are not without their opportunities, just unable to capitalize to this point. This one comes back out in front. How did that stay out? Isaac Poulter may have gotten a paddle on it with a Superman dive to keep it scoreless. 11 minutes into period one. Royals still attacking in the zone. They'll move it back behind the net. Zalotti looking for an outlet. And it's cleared up but stolen away. Satera can't clear it out. Comes out from the circle. McMenamin looks for an option. Back to the far side, Jake Willits. Dumps it to the corner. Still no score. Owen McLaughlin cycles it back behind. McDougall is there. Poke to the far corner around Zalotti. High slot McLaughlin goes to the perimeter again. Through the slot for Jack O'Leary. He'll send it off the far wall for Nick McCary. McCary will chase it into the far corner. O'Leary and McCary forechecking, but it goes off the glass. Glove down by Pescucci, off the backhand of James Hardy. Regroups with McCary, going to the bench as Pescucci dumps it off the stick of Hardy. Reifenberger on the forecheck, almost earns possession. Hardy has it go off of his body, and the Royals come through center. Frasca down the near side, looking for McMenamin. Pescucci cuts that down, sends it out to the neutral zone. 7:45 left in period one, still no score. Frasca goes cross ice to the near side. McMenamin fires in and out of the glove hand of Isaac Poulter, in the rebound to the far half wall, and cleared out by Norfolk to the red line. Backspin will give possession to Redding as Frasca picks that one up at the blue line, bounces offside with 7:25 left in period one. Let's see if we get a replay in the arena of that ridiculous play where the puck found its way out in front, ended up staying out. They're not giving us a replay in the building. Face-off just in front of the Admirals bench in the neutral zone. Magnuson for Engum. Poked at by Florent, but it finds Hebert on the far side. Chipped cross corner. Florent pokes at it. Osmondson joins the battle. Backhands to the corner below the goal line. Hebert lays a lick on Sajin. A 7-knee rather, as Gendron moves down the near side for Jeremy Michel. Puck finds its way towards the neutral zone through Hebert, poked at by Magnuson, and skate to stick for Michel. He'll move it to the near corner off a deflection. Carson Golder, spinorama pass, slowly to Michel, to the blue line. Meehan, shot save on a deflection. Magnuson clears the rebound to the neutral zone. Meehan down the near side. Michel with Golder cutting to the net. Michel has his shot deflected off the glass behind. Christoph Papp has a chance to clear. He'll send it to the neutral zone. Michel sends it right back in. Poulter leaves it for Engum in the trapezoid. Backhands to the near side for McDougall, and up the far side it goes through Christoph Papp, but Brody Crane gets into the offensive zone. Near side, Dureau. Dureau walks to the high slot. Fans on the shot. He was whacked a little bit, getting that shot attempt off, and Robidoux moves it up for Ivan Mongo. Transition for Christoph Papp on the turnover. Near side, Brody Crane. Backhands towards the front, goes through everybody through the air. Good back check from Dureau. Zalotti trying to get a handle, goes back the other way though. To the high slot, Jake Willits backhands into the corner, wide of the net with 5:42 left in the opening period, still no score. Off the outside of the net, Zalotti keeping the play to the perimeter, but it goes up to the blue line. Bouncing puck out to the neutral zone. Artem Kulikov couldn't handle it, and back onto the stick of Ben Zalotti as Redding tags up on the delayed offside. Jack O'Leary fresh off the bench, too fancy with the pass, and it stays onside. On a transition back the other way are the Royals. Into the trapezoid, they'll work it to the near side. Austin Saint trying to get it. It's cleared out to the neutral zone by Norfolk. Right back into Admiral territory for Ben Zalotti. Backhander almost intercepted. O'Leary gets there, too far away from McCary, but it bounces out towards center ice. Stolen away by O'Leary on the back pass. O'Leary for Satera, toe drag shot. Good blocker save by Peretz on a really good toe drag shot by Satera. He was able to change the angle. McCary can't hold the line. He's covering for Zalotti at the blue line. Musser goes right through the middle to Satera, who backhands it in. No high stick, no offside. Will continue on. 70 looks for an outlet around James Hardy down the near side. Rolling puck up to the top of the zone, stolen away by Justin Young, and Pescucci jumps up, comes in onside. Hardy, far circle, shot deflected wide by Kulikov, held at the line though near side by Musser. Into the corner, kicked by Young to Hardy. Hardy walks back up the wall to the circle, looking for a drop pass. It comes to Reifenberger at the blue line. Pescucci far side, a one-timer over the crossbar, stays unluckily on the dasher board and comes all the way out to Admiral territory. Still scoreless with 4:10 left in period one. Both teams with an array of magnificent opportunities to this point, but still no score. Musser finds Reifenberger on the zone entry. His shot gets blocked back to the near corner. Kulikov fans on the clearance. Second effort is successful all the way out to the neutral zone. They'll move down the near side. Connor McMenamin to the far side circle. Good blocker saved by Isaac Poulter. Reifenberger picks up the rebound and dumps it in at the red line for a wholesale Admiral line change. Osmondson knocks the puck away for Engum to restart. Up the far wall, Hebert pokes it in. Peretz plays it. McMenamin stolen away by Hebert, who throws it on goal. Peretz gets back to make the save. Michel for Sajin, and now Meehan in the far corner. Pushed up the wall, through Magnuson to neutral ice. Michel knocked away by Magnuson for Hebert. He'll find Florent over the blue line. Florent for Osmondson. Backhander saved by Peretz. Rebound is there, but it's cleared away by, Miles Gendron. And Hebert tries to cycle it for Osmondson. Osmondson hooked up behind the net, but he gets the errant clearance pass onto the stick of Braden Engum. Back behind the net for Yanni Peretz to stop it up for Meehan. Bouncing puck. Knocked away from Zalotti. Michel, 2-on-1, far circle towards the front. Airlifted just over the crossbar with 2:38 left in period one. Pass out in front, knocked aside by McDougall. Zalotti stripped of possession again. Straightaway blue line, Willits, far side one-timer. Glove snag by Isaac Poulter. 2:28 left in period one. We'll take our third and final media timeout of this first period. Still no score with 2:28 left in the first period on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
.228 left in a scoreless first period. The Admirals will have a defensive zone face-off out of the media timeout. Reading wins possession. They'll move it up the far side corner boards, trying to be taken away by Michael Satera and Nick McCary, and they'll move it along for Braden Engum and Will Magnuson to reset. Back to Engum in the near circle, working out of the defensive zone. Pushed up the far wall, trying to find McCary, but stolen away by Kurth. Engum gets that puck knocked back to the neutral zone. Fans wanting a tripping penalty that they're not going to get, and this one goes off the post on the blocker's side to Poulter and out. O'Leary stripped of possession. Engum holds it in the trapezoid. And back out it comes for McCary down the near side. Given right back to Jack Page, who dumps it. Far circle, backhander through the legs. Poulter squeezes and covers. Mikhail Robidoux thought he dipsy-doodled enough to backhand it through the legs of Poulter, who squeezes it in the 5-hole with 1:40 left in period one to keep it scoreless. We might be in for a bit of a goaltending battle tonight. Shots 15-12 already in favor of Reading. Still no score. Face-off far circle. Picked up by Norfolk. The captain, Carson Musser, looking for an opportunity to move up the wall. And Hardy finds Josh McDougall, who scored the overtime game-winning goal on Sunday. 70 goes back the other way. Through Johannes to the far side in front of the benches for Frasca to dump in, but back onto the stick of Justin Young, who retreats to his defensive end to hold possession for Josh McDougall. Up the way for Reifenberger over the blue line, cuts it to the middle. Hardy fires a shot, saved by Peretz. No rebound there for Justin Young, who was cutting towards the net with a $1:13 left in period one. Our family 4-pack deal is available all season long. Buy 4 or more tickets through this offer in your preferred seating section and get discount pricing based on the day of the game. Visit our website for more information and to get your family 4-pack today. Offensive zone face-off, far circle, Reifenberger, Hardy, and Young out with Musser and McDougall. Blocker hand side of Peretz, both goaltenders wearing the catching glove on the left hand for this evening's matchup. Royals win the face-off to the corner. Gendron moves it along for Meehan in the near side corner. Miscommunication between the Royals, but it does find its way towards center ice. McDougall lays a little bit of a pick as Musser restarts over the red line. He'll dump it into the far corner. Hit a body as Justin Young is tied up with 1 minute left in period one. All the way down, McDougall strategically lets it go through him for the first Sheraton waterside icing called against Reading with 51.1 seconds left in period one. Well, an area of focus for this Admirals team in morning skate was not allowing Yanni Peretz to play the puck in the trapezoid. You've already seen it several times, and it led to that tripping penalty that brought us to 4-on-4 because the officials thought Hebert dove. Incorrect assumption, however. A focus of morning skate was the hard rim around the boards. Good shot from Duro on a set offensive play. Off the face-off. Stolen away by Papp in the near corner. Those dump-ins, those hard rim around the boards, key for this Admirals team. Trying to keep the puck away from the Reading goaltender, both Peretz and Petrozelli, no matter who it is. Cleared out by Reading towards Admiral territory. Piscucci's first on it. Cycles it behind for Brody Crane back helping out on the breakout efforts. Deflected at the red line by Papp onto the stick of 70. Back for Piscucci to send up the wall. Blocked down at the red line with 5 seconds left. Thrown in and out of the glove hand of Poulter. Good play by Isaac to knock that out of his glove so that there was no last-second face-off in his defensive zone. 30 shots on goal between the two teams, 16-14 in favor of Reading. No score in a goaltending battle in game 1 of 4 in this 4-game set for a lot of playoff implications. We'll step aside, and when we come back, it'll be the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in, and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Back inside Santander Arena for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Nick Gimbel here, pleased to bring you all of the action on this 4-game Admirals road trip. Only 2 more home games left in this regular season for the Admirals, April 3rd and 4th against the Adirondack Thunder. Beach Bums night on that Friday, April 3rd. Head on over to the Admiral social media for a little sneak peek of the jersey reveal coming in just a couple of days. That Boardwalk Beach Bums jersey. Keep an eye out on the Admiral social media for a first look at that last specialty jersey to be worn by the Admirals this season. And then Fan Appreciation Night, Saturday, April 4th, which is also going to be our final Spot 27 local television broadcast. Still work to be done, though, here in Santander Arena in downtown Reading. Not a lot to speak of in that first period except shots on more shots. 16-14 were the shots in that first period, 30 total between the two teams. Neither team able to find the back of the net. We sit scoreless after 20 minutes of play. The only penalties to speak of, a hooking penalty on Gendron, and then they decided to tack on a diving embellishment penalty on Grant Hebert in the process. So neither team with a power play just yet. 4-on-4 play yielded a little bit of extra offense, but no goals to speak of. Again, if you're just joining us, we thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday night. Very few ECHL games going on tonight. The only other North Division team in action, the Trois-Rivières Lions on the road in Tulsa, Oklahoma against the Oilers. Just now getting underway, the Savannah Ghost Pirates and Florida Everblades literally just getting underway. The live scoring indicates they're 15 seconds into their opening period of play. We're past the 20-minute mark of this game. But when we come back, we'll take a listen to the ECHL Plays of the Week and take a listen to the top calls around the Premier AA Hockey League here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, tied at 0 on the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The home comfort hat trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia B, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Spring has officially sprung, and as the weather heats up, so too does the ECHL playoff push, with teams around the league looking to clinch their spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs and chase the ECHL's ultimate prize. Welcome into the ECHL Plays of the Week, everyone. I'm Justin Russo, voice of the Idaho Steelheads. Let's kick things off this week with a trip up to the North Division, where we check in first on the Adirondack Thunder, who went to Reading on Friday and staged a third-period comeback to force extra time. In the third round of the shootout, Kevin O'Neill ended the game for Adirondack's third win in a row.
If O'Neill scores, it's over. O'Neill back, over center ice, in on Petrozelli for the win. He scores! Kevin O'Neill wins in the shootout, and the Thunder back-to-back wins. It's a 4-3 victory in Reading.
That was Rob Lapolis on Hits 95.9 and the Thunder Broadcast Network. Sticking in the north, we head up to Maine, where the Maine Mariners continued their winning ways last weekend, collecting all 6 points against the Worcester Railers and Reading Royals, as they improved to a remarkable 15-1-1 in their last 17 games. In the weekend opener at DCU Center on Friday, Maine got back-to-back goals late in the first period to get their offense rolling. The second goal, by forward Antonio Benuto, sounded like this.
Gains the line and hands it back to Cronin. Cronin turning at the right circle. Now sends it. It's what a play. They score! Oh my goodness. Robert Cronin rolled a highlight reel on that one. Cronin setting up Benuto on the back door. A spin move at the right circle. No chance for Gale. That should be on Plays of the Week.
And indeed it is. That was Michael Keeley's call, although he says the audio doesn't do it justice. On the Mariners Broadcast Network, Maine went on to defeat Worcester in that game 6-2. More from the north, we head over to Norfolk, where the Norfolk Admirals are in do-or-die mode as the playoffs are just around the corner. Needing every point possible to make a run, they hosted the Greensboro Gargoyles for a 3-game set that found the final game on Sunday needing extra time.
Reifenberger moves down the far side, cuts up top. McDougal, backdoor, Pap, back McDougal, score! Dougie wins it for the Admirals. 2 points secured.
McDougal's overtime goal secured the extra point for the Admirals, whose next opponent just so happens to be the team that holds the final playoff spot in the North Division, the Reading Royals. That was Nick Gimbel on the Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Heading over now to the south, we check in on Savannah, as the Ghost Pirates and Swamp Rabbits were in a tight battle last Friday night in a game that went to overtime.
5 remaining in overtime. Rydell will control, pass across to Hughes. Hughes is in. He's got a teammate fresh from the bench. Hughes in, shot. He scores! Riley Hughes in overtime with 57.6 left as the Ghost Pirates pick up the extra point and pick up the 4-3 victory.
Riley Hughes would score his team's best 5th game-winning goal. That was Isaac Basinger on the goal and on the Ghost Pirates Broadcast Network. Shifting things over to the Western Conference, let's go to the Central, where the Indy Fuel solidified their hold on 3rd place in the Central Division by taking 2 of 3 from the Utah Grizzlies over last weekend. On Friday night, 5 players between the two teams made their pro debuts. Jay Ahern made his first game one to remember early in the second period.
The Fuel gained possession, and Ahern gets to it. Across the line, right down the middle, on the backhand. He scores! Jay Ahern in his professional debut. Kept looking like he was going to show pass, and then he backhanded one past Miska, and Jay Ahern celebrating his first professional goal. The Fuel lead at 2-0.
That goal became the game winner in a 4-1 Fuel victory. That was Andrew Smith on the Indy Fuel Broadcast Network. Sticking with the Central, let's go over to Bloomington, where the Bloomington Bison got help from their collegiate signings and scored a season-high 7 unanswered goals after trailing 2-0 to the Iowa Heartlanders on Saturday.
Mack up top, set off right circle, Ishida left side. Now set off switches spots, Ishida goes for the shot pass, backdoor! Another power play goal as Parker Lindauer gets goal number 1 in game number 1. Another fantastic ECHL debut.
Parker Lindauer also lit the lamp on Sunday to begin his professional career with 2 goals in 2 games. That was Eric Konwinski on the Bison Audio Network. Moving over now to the Mountain Division, we start off with a historic weekend for the Tahoe Night Monsters, as they last week traveled to Toledo to take on the Walleye for the first time in franchise history. After a loss on Friday and a win on Saturday, it all came down to the Sunday rubber match, and it was Lyndon Alger who opened the scoring for Tahoe in the opening 3 minutes.
Into the corner for Pitters, trying to get around McKinnon, but gets hauled up and taken down. Swick, a chance out front. Alger, a shot. He scores! What a pass out in front, and it's Lyndon Alger, his 2nd goal of the season. And it's 1-0 Tahoe in the opening 3 minutes and change.
Tahoe would end up winning the game and the series in overtime by a score of 4-3, giving them 4 big points as they look to improve their playoff position. This weekend, the Night Monsters are home against the Rapid City Rush. That was Brendan Paul on the call for the Night Monsters Broadcast Network. Keeping things in the mountain, let's go to those Rapid City Rush, who traveled last week to Kalamazoo for their first ever series against the K-Wings. After a 1-goal loss on Friday, the Rush power play turned things around on Saturday.
Davis sneaks in right side. Brett Davis in transition, then stops up. Russell straight away. Right side, Jazowski. looking for 26 now is Ryan. Right wing side. Olsen middle. Down low. Swept in front. Olsen. He scores! A touch pass by Davis. And Quinn Olsen stays hot. Goal number 14 for Quinn. It's a power play goal.
That goal extended Rapid City's lead to 3-1, which they would hold on to in a 3-2 win. The Rush's first victory in team history at Wings Event Center. Corey Barbarian had the call for the Rapid City Rush. For more from the mountain, we head over to Wichita, where the Thunder returned home for the first time in over a month to host Kansas City last Friday night. Jay Dickman, who has been a pillar of consistency, tallied his 20th goal of the season to get the Thunder on the board. Here's the call from Regan Cleaves on the Thunder Broadcast Network.
Gavin Bast in pursuit, unable to win that battle behind the goal. Here's a shot for the point. They score! Jay Dickman on the second shot of the game for Wichita, and the Thunder lead 1-0.
Dickman has scored at least 20 goals in 5 straight seasons in a Thunder uniform, though unfortunately Kansas City went on to win that game 5-2. Speaking of the Mavericks, let's go there now, where KC is in the middle of their longest road stretch of the season, and they kicked off a 4-game set against the Wichita Thunder on that same Friday night. In a back-and-forth matchup, Bobo Carpenter put the Mavericks ahead late in the second with an unassisted breakaway goal.
Weaves his way through the neutral zone. He's stripped of it by Carpenter. He's got a breakaway. Bobo Carpenter in alone to the goal. Backhander scores! Bobo Carpenter gives the Mavericks their first lead of the game. He extends his game point streak to 8 with his 21st of the season, and it's 3-2 Mavericks.
Carpenter's goal extended his point streak to 8 and would ultimately hold up as the game winner for the Mavericks against their I-35 rivals. The Mavericks again are on their longest road stretch of the season and are riding high as they continue battling to secure home ice advantage throughout the Kelly Cup playoffs. That was Alex Von Coydel on the call on the Mavericks Broadcast Network. Wrapping things up, let's now head to Idaho, where the Idaho Steelheads last week transformed into the Boise Bigfoot for 3 games to benefit the local St. Luke's Children's Hospital. In those 3 contests, we saw 3 different players for Boise notch their first ECHL point in Adam Ingram, Morgan Winters, and Nick Young. But Young's goal was the highlight reel of the bunch, showing off his physicality and his finesse.
Here's Ingram on the puck at the right wall, feeding it up to Young. Oh, what a reverse hit from Young on Nelson, and he fires it on, he scores! Another first! It's the first in the ECHL for Nick Young. Throwing the body and throwing the puck in the back of the net. Number 24 makes it 5-0.
That goal helped the Boise Bigfoot to a 6-0 victory over the Tulsa Oilers. And that was my call on 95.3 KTIK and the Steelheads Broadcast Network. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in this week on the Plays of the Week. I wish all of your teams the best in the playoff push moving forward. Be sure to get outside and enjoy some of that warm weather as we're firmly into the spring now, and enjoy the rest of the ECHL action this week.
That'll do it for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show. We're pleased to bring you Admirals hockey here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, ready to start period number 2. No score between these 2 teams. Norfolk and Reading both vying for a playoff spot. The Admirals trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Reading trying to solidify their playoff spot. Teams will swap ends for period number 2. Isaac Poulter has his water bottle displaced from the top of the net, so we'll get that set and get ready for a face-off at center. Admirals in their road whites, trimmed in gold and blue, moving right to left across the ice surface. Reading in their home dark black uniforms, trimmed in orange and purple, moving left to right. Yanni Peretz in the net to broadcast left. Isaac Poulter in the net to broadcast right, getting the cup holder replaced on the back of his net, and we are set to go. Neither team with a power play to this point. 4-on-4 action at one point in the first period yielded no goals. 0-0 tie as the puck is down, starting period number 2. Off the skates of Brody Crane, and back comes Frasca down the far side. He'll cut to the high slot, shot blocked by Magnuson. Duro finds Crane in the slot, and this will go all the way down for a Sheraton Waterside icing called against Norfolk. They'll take that clearance after the turnover in the neutral zone. Admirals not allowed to make a line change following the icing call. Reading will choose to make a line change just 22 seconds into the second period. Norfolk is 8-11-2-0 in games in which they are tied at the end of 20 minutes of play. Golder moves it to the near side, top circle, dumped around the boards. Christoph Papp gets to it, looks through the middle to an open area. Crane will chase Meehan into the neutral zone. Transition through Michelle, and up the far wall for Jaden Duro to come over the blue line. He stood up, but Papp moves it back door. Brody Crane's going to draw a hooking penalty as long as they don't falsely give another embellishment call. It does not look like Brody Crane will be taken for that, so a hooking penalty on Brandon Sajin sends him to the beat box, penalty box, and now the first New Horizon Bank power play of the evening for the Admirals. They have improved their power play to 20.2% on the season. On the road, 17.1%. Against a penalty kill of Reading that is 82.7% successful. Offensive zone face-off win, but it's too emphatic to the neutral zone. It goes for Ben Zalotti. Straight through the middle. Michael Cetera leaves it for Brody Crane, who steps over it for Ben Zalotti to walk into. Zalotti tripped up with no penalty call. Reading goes back the other way. This should be 5-on-3, and the Admiral bench is irate. Cetera moves it to the far side for Reifenberger. Cross-ice pass stolen away by Frasca. Reifenberger heads off for a change as Poulter leaves it at the goal line for Zalotti, who should have drawn a tripping penalty to make it 5-on-3. Crane will come through the neutral zone. Florent to the far side half wall. Filters it behind. Stolen away by Meehan. Stripped away by James Hardy. Blue line Zalotti. Walks, backhands. Hardy near circle. Hardy fires off the post and out. And Zalotti back towards the front, but it goes wide on a deflection. Hardy back to Zalotti at the blue line. He'll work it to the far side off the wall for Brody Crane. Crane has it stolen away. Short-handed breakaway the other way for Connor McMenamin. Glove snagged by Poulter. Wants to play it, but he's pressured by Meehan. What a glove snag by Isaac Poulter to keep it scoreless on a short-handed chance by Reading just 2 minutes into the second period. 18:02 left in the second period. Still no score. 49 seconds left of New Horizon Bank power play time. In Isaac Poulter we trust, ladies and gentlemen. Face off on the far circle. Admirals win possession and will do the face-off over again. For what, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like either center is going to be tossed out. So I'm not sure why we're redoing this face-off. Admirals win the second edition of the face-off. And Duro moves it from the far corner. Harassed from behind, moving it along the blue line. Papp finds Hebert. Near half wall, Hebert moves it to the blue line for Josh McDougall. Back down to the corner, Hebert. He'll walk behind. Near side, Duro fires a shot that's blocked away behind. And Papp rims it back behind the net. Florent. Far side circle, Duro to the blue line. McDougall continues it to the near side for Papp. Knocked away by an outstretched stick of Mikhail Robidoux. And Isaac Poulter comes out of his net to start it right up for Christoph Papp. Far side half wall, Duro dumps it to the corner for Papp. 10 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. McDougall at the blue line towards the front, deflected, but it goes into the breadbasket of Yanni Peretz with 5 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play, and 17-18 left in the second period. Face-off to be taken on the far side circle, glove hand side of Peretz. Mongo against Young. Mongo wins it away from Young. Stolen away, though, by O'Leary back below the goal line, trying to go to Nick McCary in the high slot. Reading is at full and even strength. We're back to 5-on-5 play. Mongo off the shoulder of Poulter. He got just enough of it to send it off the glass. Mongo in front. Another save by Poulter on a one-timer by Brandon Sajin. Blue line movement. Saved by Isaac Poulter. Rebound there. Hand pass is signaled against Reading as a one-timer from Jake Willits sent it off the paddle of Poulter, and a face-off will come out to the neutral zone with 16:52 left in period 2. Still no score. Face-off will come outside of Admiral territory, just in front of the Reading bench on the far side of the ice. Reifenberger won the face-off, but unlucky to go off the body of Osmondson and under Reading possession to dump in. Pescucci can't handle it. Carson Golder moves it around for Willits. Collides with Osmondson. Golder, high slot shot blocked away by Pescucci and off the body of Cetera to the corner. Reifenberger ties his man up, and Pescucci moves it along for Osmondson, who dumps at the red line. Trying to get around Willits down the near half wall. Osmondson towards the front. In and out of the glove of Peretz. It's on the outside of the net. Back to the circle. Reifenberger, blue line. Pescucci rips one. Glove down by Peretz. There was no screen in front, so it's gloved down by the Reading netminder with 16:20 left in period 2. That is shot number 16 of the game for the Admirals. Shots 19-16 in favor of Reading, but still no score in this one. Face-off moves to the far side circle once again. More line juggling as the Admirals try to get reset following their power play. It's Hebert, Florentin, O'Leary as Osmondson was caught out there for a little bit. Same with the D pairs. McDougall and Zalotti are out at the blue line. Centers tie each other up. The puck migrates to the blue line, picked up by Reading. McDougall falls down, failing on a poke check. This one goes into the glove hand of Isaac Poulter on the sharp angle shot. Zalotti did a good job of keeping the play to the perimeter and forcing a bad angle shot from the near side corner. Faceoff will stay on that near side circle, glove hand side of Poulter. The Admirals will send out Hardy, Reifenberger, and Young at fourth line to try to get the forward units reset. 16:10 left in period 2. Still no score. Reifenberger against Mongo. Mongo wins it. Reifenberger gets to the loose puck, though, and Zalotti clears it to the neutral zone. Too far away from Hardy and dumped in behind Isaac Poulter, who comes out to play it right up for Ben Zalotti. He'll take refuge behind his own net, looking for space up the far wall, recycles it behind the net for Reifenberger, has it poked away from him, and he yields possession in the near corner. Pressure coming from Robidoux. He'll get it in the near side corner, cycles behind the net. Poked back to the corner. Back out in front. Poulter was harassed in the blue paint. Not sure if that would have counted if it went in, as Austin Saint tried to filter it towards the front. Mongo stood up by Hardy at the red line. He'll transition and dump it cross corner to the far side. Out of the reach of Yanni Peretz, the Admirals go to work on the forecheck. Knocked down at the half wall by Hebert. Meehan harassed. Mongo gets it out, though. Big collision at the blue line as Frasco is stood up by Young, but a 2-on-1 the other way. Goes off the paddle of Isaac Poulter as Meehan sent it wide. Back up to the far circle. Saint looking to get around Musser. No easy task. The captain steals possession away, and Hebert moves it to the near side in the neutral zone for Osmondson. Straight down the ice. Hebert is going to win the race to the dots to negate the icing call. Taken down back behind the net, and possession taken by Vincent Sevigny. And out to the neutral zone for Reading to lose it at the red line. Given back to Frasca. Offside. No, they wave it off. The whistle was to the mouth of the linesman. We continue on. Last second washout by the linesman on the near side of the blue line. Stick slashed out of the hand by Magnuson, legally apparently, as Musser has it go through his legs, courtesy of McMenamin. Cycled behind, Hebert gets there. Continues it along for Magnuson, who's got his Warrior stick back and moves it up the near wall. Osmondson can't get it deep. Chipped along the blue line, poked away to McMenamin, wrapped up from behind by Christoph Papp, and the shot goes through the crease to the near side corner. Osmondson looking for Florent. Smart pass to not force it down the middle, rims it around the boards, but Peretz is going to stop it in the trapezoid. And the breakout comes all the way out to the neutral zone for Connor Kurth. McLaughlin to the high slot, knocked away by Brody Crane back defensively. Engum tied up towards the front of the net. Glove snagged by Poulter with 13:51 left in period 2. That'll take us to media timeout number 1 of this second period. A goaltending battle in the midst of Santander Arena and a playoff push, but no score with 13:51 left in period 2 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
.51 left in period 2. Still no score. Yanni Peretz and Isaac Poulter dueling it out on opposite ends of the ice here in period 2. Still no score. Face off on the near side circle in Admiral territory, glove hand side of Poulter. Papp wins it. Magnuson reverses for Engum. Lays a reverse hit, but yields possession in the neutral zone. Offside as Redding was a little too over the blue line for that deflection with 13:43 left in period 2. Hey, hockey fans, take the action from the rink to Just Birdies, Norfolk's multi-sport simulator bar and grill. Shoot, swing, and score in over a dozen sports or chill with craft drinks and great eats. It's the perfect play after the game. Just Birdies, where every night's game night. 13:43 left in a scoreless second period. Puck all the way down behind Isaac Poulter, and Magnuson moves it up the wall for Engum. On the far side, Crane lost it in the high slot. McLaughlin through the legs, backhander not taken. He'll cycle it to the circle. Far side, shot over the crossbar, over the glass, and out of play. Owen McLaughlin dipsy doodles between the legs, has a backhand shot opportunity. Didn't trust his own abilities, cycles back up to the face-off dot, and sent a pass cross ice for a shot that missed the net. Not ideal for the Reading Royals, but fortunate for the Admirals as we stay scoreless with 13:28 left in period 2. Face-off on the far side circle coming up. Sajin wins it away from McCary. Meehan. Cross ice off the stick of Golder, battling with Cetera. McCary comes away with it, trying to find O'Leary at the blue line, but it's deflected, and a transition for Reading over the blue line. Carson Golder down the near side sends one off the left pad of Poulter. In the corner, it goes for Sajin to pick it up, trying to stuff it out in front. Golder fires a shot, blocked away by Cetera. Sajin first on it. To the blue line, it walks up to Gendron. Back down to the corner for Golder, walking the half wall. Off the stick of Cetera as that twig went flying and rimmed around the glass back to the far side. McCary back near corner for Musser. Cetera's the outlet option at the red line. It's poked along for O'Leary. O'Leary taken down for another Royal penalty with 12:43 left in period 2. Tripping is the call, and a second New Horizon Bank power play coming up for the Admirals. The guilty party is Vincent Sevigny, putting the Admirals on the power play once again. So 70 to the beat box, penalty box for tripping. At 7:17 of this second period. Face-off chosen by the Admirals to be taken on the near side circle. Hebert's strong side, the left-handed shot in the left circle. Loose puck at the half wall, cleared up the wall, held in by McDougall. Rims it around the boards, behind it's Florent. Florent around the far side for Jaden Dureau. Back to the blue line, McDougall walks into the top of the circle. Backhands to Dureau, moving back to the blue line and back to the half wall. McDougall finds Dureau in the high slot. Near circle, Pap walks in, trying to go backdoor, bounces in front for Grant Hebert, and McDougall has it at the far circle. Straight away, Dureau, near side, now far. McDougall backdoor, one-timer, Florent was there, and he can't pound it home. Royals with a chance to clear in the near corner. Willits around the boards, off the skates of Dureau, he pokes it along for Pap. Push to the far side, Hebert settles it down at the blue line. High slot, Dureau, good movement from the Admirals. Hebert at the blue line, straight away. Near side, Pap walks in. Hebert has it again at the top of the circle. McDougall takes over the position at the top of the umbrella as Hebert moves it from the corner to the top of the circle for Christoph Pap. Pap in the near half wall, no shot. McDougall, rolling puck. One-timer by Dureau, he fans on it, but it comes to the corner again for Pap. Behind Florent, trying to stuff it out in front, stolen away and through the stick of McDougall all the way down. Good puck movement, but very few shots, if any, on net for the Admirals. Best opportunity was Brady Florent on the back door, couldn't poke it home on an empty net. And Reifenberger, dangerous in his own zone. Around Kyle Haskins with 30 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. Zalotti pokes at it at the blue line for Reifenberger. Comes down the far side wall into the corner. Royals are first on it and they'll clear. And Zalotti chases to his own defensive end, taking space behind his own net. Shadowed by Haskins. And 10 seconds left in the New Horizon Bank power play. Hardy goes back to Crane at the red line. Knocked down at the blue line by James Hardy. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. We stay scoreless. Rimmed out to the neutral zone. Icing waved off. Well, Musser goes up the near side for Reifenberger, trying to find Osmondson, who supports in the half-wall battle. O'Leary getting to it, poked into the slot, stolen away by Redding. McLaughlin from the far circle, drops it. Golder goes cross ice, they score. Kurth's 13th of the season, and Carson Golder gets the assist, moving it across the blue paint with 10:13 left in period 2. One-0 lead for the Royals just about halfway through the game. Big moment for the Admirals here. Got to be able to respond. Poulter sends it up the near wall. Stolen away by Mongo. He'll send it to the corner. Around Magnuson. McCary gets there, but Robidoux holds on to it. Robidoux from the near circle. Backhander just wide of an open net. Royals are swarming. Admirals need to collapse and get the puck out. Backhanded from the blue line. Off a stanchion. Behind the net it goes. Austin Saint is there. Up the far half wall for Mongo. Bodied by Nick McCary. Saint knocked down on the ice by Engo. Two-a-side battle. Mongo is there. Saint from his knees gets it back into the corner. Nick McCary is going to be first on it. Saint shadows him. McCary gets it to the safety of center ice on a bouncer, but it's dumped right back in by Kurth off the glass. Poulter stops it along the dasher. Rims it up the near side wall and out. Satera's there. He deflects it in, so there's no icing. Admirals complete the line change. Meehan forced back to his defensive end. Gendron looks for an outlet. Through center ice for Carson Golder. Stutter step in front of the team benches, harassed from behind by Florent, who steals it away and sends Hebert down the near side wall. Hebert pushed aside by Meehan, but he holds possession. Hebert dumped into the boards. Florent continues it up the far side for McDougall. McDougall towards the front. It's deflected just barely over the net. Hebert gets it in the corner, stripped of possession, trying to fight for it back with Osmondson. Hebert gets it down low for Florent. Poke to the near side corner. Osmondson getting there. Colliding with Gendron. Musser joins the battle. McDougal has it pop out to him at the blue line. Hebert, backdoor off a skate and out to the neutral zone. McDougal all the way back in his defensive end. Musser leaves it for Christoph Papp. Red line dumped in, and Papp will chase it to the near side corner. Good breakout for Redding as Willits moved it between the legs. And Hunter Johannes moves it to the near side. Saved by Poulter, may have been blocked in front. Johannes knocked down. That's McMenamin rather by Osmondson, who takes a cross check from behind. Back behind the play that again goes uncalled. Engdom for Pascucci in the neutral zone. He'll gain center ice red and dump it in around the board's far side to near. Willits is first on it. Admirals a little late on the forecheck, and Hunter Johannes comes over the blue line. McMenamin walking to the middle. Johannes from below the goal line, tied up by Engdom. Back out to the top of the circle, saved by Poulter as Frasca sent it towards the front of the net with 7:33 left in period 2. Media timeout number 2 as Redding has earned the 1-0 lead here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
This is Braden Ingham, and you're listening to Admirals Hockey on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Now, let's get back to the action with Nick Gimbel.
7:33 left in this second period. The Royals have taken a 1-0 lead over the Admirals after Norfolk was unable to capitalize on their 2 power play opportunities in this second period. Kurth's 13th of the season. Carson Golder the primary assist. McLaughlin gets the secondary. This is McLaughlin's 3rd assist in his 4th game played. So again, it's all about how the Admirals respond here with 7:25 left in period 2. Shot blocked by Engdom and picked up by Brody Crane to backhand off the far side glass and out. Papp can't get to it, so it's brought right back in by Michel. Past Brody Crane off the far wall. Stood up by Pascucci, and Engdom starts it off the stick of Dureau. Backhanded to the near circle. Backhander off the outside of the net on the shot attempt. And Pascucci trying to race to it in the near corner. He'll poke it up. Michel tied up by Papp. Stick of Pascucci knocked away from him, but he'll kick it along to Christoph Papp. And then receives a cross check for his efforts. Dureau dumps it into the corner, away from Brody Crane, who heads off for a line change. And 70 will take space through the neutral zone. It's deflected at the red line. Musser shadowed by Mongo, and McDougal sends it up the far wall. McCary through the center ice logo for Michael Cetera. O'Leary off the knob of the stick of Yanni Peretz, maybe off the crossbar. High slot, Musser. O'Leary fires over the net. McCary gets it back towards the front in the far corner. McCary to the blue line for McDougal. No shooting lane, takes a bump getting it behind the net to Meehan. Musser intercepts on the dasher on the near side half wall. Tries to throw it in front. Stolen away by Gendron. And here come the Royals 3-on-2. Far side circle knocked away by McDougal. McCary back on the back check. Earns possession for a moment. Taken away by Robidoux. McCary gets it back dangerously in front of his own net. And Saint pressures him all the way to the near side boards. But McCary holds on to it. It's behind O'Leary. Trying to stay on side. Yields possession. And Jake Willits takes over. 5:46 left in period 2, 1-0 lead for the Royals. On the far side, Haskins tied up by McDougal. Not enough for a penalty as a shot goes from Saint into the midsection of Isaac Poulter with 5:32 left in period 2. 1-0 lead for the Royals. And we'll stay 5-on-5 when we come back. There'll be more Admirals hockey here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in, and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
In this second period, Reading has the 1-0 lead over the Admirals, approaching the 5-minute remaining mark of the second period. First of 4 straight games between these two teams, as a one-timer gets deflected off the glass behind. Good shot block from Grant Hebert. Benzalotti intercepts. He'll start the breakout himself. Harassed from behind into a dump in down the far wall. Meehan escapes from behind the net and backhands through center. Zalotti with a quick up off the far side wall for Grant Hebert, who has to recycle it for Will Magnuson on the near side boards. Straight up, Brady Florent backhands strategically into the far corner for Osmondson to be first on it. Osmondson pressured from behind, falls down, delayed penalty back in the neutral zone. Cross-checking is the call. Carson Golder might be the guilty party. Well, special teams is going to start becoming a factor if the Admirals can't take advantage of their third New Horizon Bank power play of the evening. It's going to be Ben Meehan. Osmondson again drawing that penalty deep in the offensive zone. Meehan into the beat box, penalty box for cross-checking with 4:54 left in the second period. Norfolk's 0 for 2 on the power play. They need to capitalize on this New Horizon Bank power play as they trail 1-0. No other way around it. Face off on the near side circle. Blocker hand side of Peretz. Hebert wins it, but again, too emphatic. It goes to the neutral zone. McDougal's going to have to reset. Shadowed by McMenamin as Dureau resets. Dureau flips it over the stick of Frasca, over the red line, dumps it at the blue line for Hebert. Trying to filter it to the corner for Pap, glove down, back at the goal line. Rimmed up the far side boards, but McDougal holds it. He'll send it cross ice to the near side. Pap will settle it down. Finds McDougal at the blue line, no shot taken. Corner Dureau, backdoor Florent, paddled away by Peretz. Pap is there in the near corner. Florent behind the net. Looks to Dureau at the far half wall, who has to glove it down. Dureau to the blue line for McDougal. Near circle, Pap. Cross ice, finds Dureau. Backdoor Florent, it was knocked away and cleared. Brady Florent's going to see that backdoor wide open net in his nightmares tonight. Brady Florent on a 4-game goal streak as well. Just snake bitten here with 3:45 left in the second period. Satera moves it to the corner. That's O'Leary rather getting it back at the far half wall. Zalotti, blue line shot blocked away. A bouncing puck finds its way to the neutral zone, and frustration starting to mount for this Admirals power play unit. Can't find the back of the net. 41 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. Offside is the call with 3:34 left in period 2. Reifenberger wins the faceoff in the neutral zone to Josh McDougall. And O'Leary moves down the far side wall, stops at the hash marks. Walks back to the top of the zone, finds refuge deep in Marco Reifenberger. And O'Leary at the half wall, bumper play for Cetera in the high slot, now near side circle, Hardy. Back to the blue line for McDougall. He'll send one towards the front, good shot, but a better save. And no rebound yielded by Yanni Peretz with only 20 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. Norfolk in danger of going 0 for 3. And they're going to have to keep looking over their shoulder now for penalty trouble. 3 straight penalties called against Reading. You know the officiating staff is going to be keeping an eye on the Admirals to give Reading a power play. 3:14 left in this second period. Still 20 seconds of power play time. Hebert wins the faceoff and Pat moves it to McDougall at the blue line. Towards the front, deflected, saved by Peretz, rebound cleared. McDougall back to his own end with only 10 seconds left in the power play. Dureau up the far wall. Florent pokes it to the slot, stolen away, and Reading clears off the near half wall. Michel goes one-on-one against McDougall. McDougall knocks it away to Brady Florent. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Hebert holds it at the blue line, and it's stolen away. Back come the Royals, 2-on-1. Golder around McDougall between the legs, drops it to nobody. Too fancy for 9 in black, but stolen away as Hebert fans on the breakout pass. Musser has to move it to McDougall at the far top circle. Too choppy right now for the Admirals, but Hebert's going to go for a skate right in. Off the crossbar, you got to be kidding me. Royals come to the neutral zone. Stolen away by Engum, and in the neutral zone, Kurth slows it down. And Willits finds the stick of Golder, who tries to get around Musser. Poked at by Engum into the near corner. No high stick. He'll go off the backhand of O'Leary to neutral ice with 2:05 left in period 2. Back to Engum in the near corner. And Musser looks for an outlet from the far side. He'll reverse it back to Engum, who takes refuge behind the net of Isaac Poulter. Musser's the option on the left. Osmondson and O'Leary are the options on the right. He goes to the left for his captain. Musser over the blue line, tries to throw it towards the front. O'Leary has it too far away from him. It rolls into the left-handed catching glove of Yanni Peretz for a stoppage with $1:42 left in period 2. Norfolk's 0 for 3 on their power play opportunities. Shots 24-21 in favor of the Royals, who lead 1-0 on Connor Kurt's 13th of the season at 9:47 of the second period. Norfolk's season hangs in the balance on this weekend set. 4 games against the team that sits in the fourth and final playoff spot. Wheeling, Maine, and Adirondack are all but solidified, barring an epic collapse in the top 3 teams. Reading's spot is by no means solidified. They've got Worcester and Trois-Rivières hot on their heels as Engum is deposited on his wallet by Frasca. Gets possession away from Pescucci for a moment, dumped into the far corner. Cetera through him. Hardy towards the mixer, blocked back into the corner. Cetera holds on to it. Michael Cetera to Pescucci at the blue line. He'll walk to the near circle rather, and Hardy sends it back into the corner. Pescucci towards the front. He'll find his way to Christoph Pat out in front looking for Cetera, and it's cleared to the near blue line through Engum. Reading has numbers on a 3-on-2. Cetera's a forward back defensively, and Pescucci makes a nice block from one knee, but McMenamin gets it to the high slot. Glove down by Frasca inside of a minute to go. Blue line shot paddled away by Poulter. Frasca from the far corner moves it to the blue line. Another one-timer deflected by McMenamin over the net and behind off the glass. Blue line shot. Blocker save. Poulter. Rebound goes off of his back. Isaac Poulter got the original save. It went off of his blocker, hit something, rolled over his head, down his back, and into the net for a 2-0 Royals lead. 39 seconds left in period 2. And we might be looking at goaltender interference on this. Or maybe just how the puck went into the net. Either way, it's a goal that's under review. I didn't see what the puck hit to be deflected off of Isaac Poulter. It rolled down his back and rolled into the net. Two things they could be looking for. Goaltender interference. Was Isaac Poulter knocked into and therefore not allowed to play his goaltending position? And was the puck batted out of the air with a glove hand into the net? 39 seconds left in period 2. Right now, Norfolk being unable to capitalize on their 3 power play opportunities is the story of this second period. Several posts were hit behind Yanni Perret. Isaac Poulter has made several good saves so far at this point. The call on the ice is a good goal. He has made 25 of 27 possible saves. Call on the ice after review is a good goal. So it is 2-0 Reading with 39 seconds left in period 2. Carson Musser getting an explanation. He'll skate away and head to his defensive position. Face-off back at center. Norfolk's in a 2-0 hole. Osmondson battles for the face-off, but it comes to Reading possession, and Musser will chase it into the near corner. Taking it to Lizen to move it up for O'Leary through Engum. It's Magnuson rather. Musser up the wall, it's deflected, there's no icing. 20 seconds left in the period. Up the near wall, Saint finds Mongo coming down the near side, pressured by O'Leary into a turnover. O'Leary moves it off the wall. Osmondson tries to feed it back to him, but comes back to the Admirals' blue line. Osmondson collides with Mongo through his legs, and Saint stood up by Young at the top of the zone. Musser trying to find Osmondson, who's tied up by Gendron at the blue line to conclude period number 2. A 2-0 lead for the Royals after 40 minutes of play. Norfolk's in a 2-0 hole after the second period, after unable to capitalize on their 3 power play opportunities. When we come back to the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll tell you more about it during the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show here from downtown Reading, Pennsylvania.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The
catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
We welcome you back inside Santander Arena for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. Reading with 2 goals in that second period. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Royals after 40 minutes of play. The big story right now, Norfolk being 0 for 3 on their power play opportunities. All 3 power plays coming in that second period. An opening minute power play as Sajin was taken for hooking. Halfway through that second period, 70 was taken for tripping. And then 5 minutes remaining in the second period, Meehan taken for cross-checking. Norfolk unable to capitalize on any of those power play opportunities. Connor Kurth's 13th of the season at 9:47 of the second period from Golder and McLaughlin gave Reading the 1-0 lead at the 9:47 mark. And then the final minute of the second period, Frasca's 11th of the season from Hunter Johannes. So Golder and Johannes making their return to the Reading lineup, already getting in on the score sheet in their first games back in a Reading uniform since coming down from the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the American Hockey League. That goal was scored at 19:22, went to review, and would stand as a good goal. Shots 12-8 in favor of Reading in that second period as well. They lead in total on the shot counter 28-22. Norfolk's only penalty coming back in that first period, a Grant Hebert diving embellishment penalty on Gendron's hooking penalty. So 4-on-4 play. Norfolk has yet to be shorthanded. So they're going to have to be extra careful as the officiating staff will likely be out for blood. Trying to get Reading at least one power play. That's just how it goes. 13:40 remaining here in the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll update you on the out-of-town scores. Only 3 other games happening in the ECHL, but we'll update you on the American Hockey League and National Hockey League scores here when we come back on the other side of the break.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia B, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation. Not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Back inside Santander Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. Reading, with a pair of goals in that middle period, have given themselves a 2-0 lead over the Admirals through 40 minutes of play. We'll take a look at some out-of-town scores. Only 3 other games scheduled for tonight in the ECHL, and only 2 of them underway. The Florida Everblades with a 3-0 lead over the Savannah Ghost Pirates at the start of their second period. Trois-Rivières and Tulsa scoreless after their 20 minutes of play. And yet to get underway, the South Carolina Stingrays are at Idaho Central Arena in Boise to face off against the Idaho Steelheads. That is a 7 p.m. Mountain Time puck drop. Up in the American Hockey League, the Manitoba Moose currently facing the same fate as the Admirals, as the Toronto Marlies have a 3-0 lead over the Moose in Toronto. The Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the AHL affiliate of the Reading Royals, are not in action tonight. And only 2 games in the National Hockey League. The Boston Bruins and Buffalo Sabres are tied at 1 apiece. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 3-0 lead over the New York Rangers. So again, a quick recap. In our game here, with a lot of playoff implications for both teams, the Reading Royals coming into tonight with a 30-21-7-2 record for 69 points. Coming into tonight with only a 7-point lead over the Trois-Rivières Lions. Norfolk coming into tonight with 56 points, 13 points back with only 12 games remaining, again coming into tonight. The Admirals need absolutely every single possible point they can to keep their playoff hopes alive, while Reading is just trying to fend off the afterburners of Trois-Rivières, Worcester, and Norfolk. Greensboro squarely out of it with an 18-36 6-1 record for 43 points in their inaugural season. Wheeling still being chased by Maine for that top spot in the North Division. Wheeling with 84 points and a 39-16 3-3 record. Maine only 4 points back with 80 on a 36-16 6-2 record. But when we come back, it will be the start of the Michelob Ultra 0 third period here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, with the Admirals playoff hopes on the line here in the Keystone State at Santander Arena, down 2-0 to the Reading Royals on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia B, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
Back inside Santander Arena as we continue. And get ready for the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Nick Kimball here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Norfolk trailing 2-0 as we start this third period. Goals from Kurth and Frasca in that second period, and Norfolk 0 for 3 on their power play opportunities to this point. Norfolk in white moving left to right. Reading in black moving right to left. Poulter in the net to our left. Yanni Peretz in the net to our right. Michelob Ultra Zero third period is underway. Reading dumps it in from the defensive side of center ice, but Poulter plays it, and McDougall can't get it across the ice to Musser. Out in front, deflected by McDougall. Held by Reading at the slot. To the far side half wall it goes. McMenamin looking out of the corner. Trying to work it towards the blue line, but Musser takes over, and Florent sends Hebert for a skate down the far side wall, but it bounces over a stick. Knocked away from Hebert. Poked up the far side wall. Musser gets there. Throws it in front. Deflected by Florent just wide of the post. Up to the blue line. McDougall pinches. Can't earn possession, but Osmondson gets on the back check against Frasca. Left up at the high slot. Shot blocked by Musser off the stick of Hunter Johannes. And poked at by Hebert in the near corner. They'll move it to the far half wall as Musser cuts it down in the corner and leaves it for McDougall, who gives it back to his captain. 1 minute gone in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Musser down the near side wall for Jack O'Leary. He'll cut back to the boards and finds Brody Crane coming down the wall. Knocked away from him, and Golder resets for Meehan. Meehan pressured to go back to Gendron. He moves it up the right wing wall for Meehan to go over the blue line for Carson Golder. Golder knocks it out of the air, but Engum with a good defensive stand steals possession away. Poulter lost the stick. Magnuson gives it back to him back behind the play as Meehan strips possession back in the Royals defensive zone. Meehan harassed from behind. O'Leary has it knocked away from him. He would have had a 2-on-1 on the transition. Golder over the blue line, the former Admiral. Dumps it into the far corner. Magnuson gets there on the turnover. Down the right wing, O'Leary skates a stick too far away from him, and Jack Page transitions. Near side slap shot wide of the net as Michel whistled it wide. McLaughlin over the red line. Pushed to the left wing as Kyle Haskins looks for an opportunity. Good pressure from Piscucci. And Michael Cetera gains center ice red to dump it into the far corner. Jaden Dureau rims it around the boards. Blue line, Piscucci has it go through him. Now it's a foot race. Piscucci against Haskins. Goes all the way down. Haskins is going to win the race in the battle. Piscucci's going to take a penalty after losing a foot race. Easy call for the officials. And it's the first Centera Therapy Center penalty kill of the night. Must-kill moment for the Admirals, who already trail 2-0. They'll take the face-off on the near side circle. First Centera Therapy Center penalty kill of the night. Admirals can't clear it after getting it to the blue line. Comes back to the far half wall, now at the blue line. 70 holds it in just enough. Left in the trapezoid, Royals take over. McMenamin in the far half wall, rims it behind. Robidoux looks in the middle. Back to the blue line it goes. Hunter Johannes. Now at the circle. 70 shot. Magnuson gets a handle on it. Osmondson coming down the far side wall. Pokes it away from Yanni Peretz. Comes off the glass on the far half wall. O'Leary can't get there. And the Royals escape. Johannes down the near side. McMenamin around Engum. All the way to the blue line, diving, unable to get it. O'Leary on his horse, short-handed breakaway. Jack O'Leary, backhand save by Peretz. Reifenberger backhands it out to the neutral zone to try to kill time. McDougall leaves it for O'Leary, near circle, back door, just wide. McDougall with a backhand one-timer, couldn't put it on the net frame, and there go the Royals on the transition. 2-on-1 potentially. Far circle, toe drag shot, wide of the post. And the net of Yanni Peretz back in the Royals' defensive zone is off. The faceoff should come out to the neutral zone. With 16:26 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. What a moment that would have been for Jack O'Leary to get Norfolk's 10th shorthanded goal of the season. To pull back within one. And now why is this faceoff not coming out to the neutral zone? It's a last play faceoff as the shot came in the Admirals' defensive zone, but the net is displaced all the way down in Reading territory because of a Royal. Therefore, the whistle being caused by a Reading player should bring the faceoff out of their offensive zone, but the faceoff stays in Norfolk territory and Reading earns possession in the offensive zone because of the mistake. Norfolk battling to earn possession, making up for it and clearing it all the way down. Still 35 seconds of Centera Therapy Center penalty kill time. Along the blue line, Frasca moves it to the near side. Owen McLaughlin. Golder, fans on the one-timer. He's collapsed on by a pair of white jerseys, Young and Osmondson, but they can't clear it out. Back to the near side corner. Golder has it go through him. Another slow roller. Osmondson gets on his horse, but it's cut down by Meehan, who starts it right up for Connor Kurth. Kurth leaves it. Golder in the high slot. Walks to the blue line, sends it down to the near corner. McLaughlin harassed by Engum in the corner. Osmondson gets there, lays a bump, and Pescucci's out of the beat box, penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5 full and even strength. Pescucci to the bench, replaced by Hebert. So the Admirals kill it off as Zalotti earns possession in the near corner. Backhands it off a body of Golder. Florent can't get it out. Frasca stolen away by Osmondson. Stops on a dime to move it up the wall for Hebert to dump it off a skate and not deep. Hebert gets it at the red line. Engum joins the play. Comes over the blue line down the far side. Knocked away from him, and Reading comes back to the neutral zone. Dumped in past Zalotti, and Poulter comes out to play it in the trapezoid for his AHL-signed defenseman, Ben Zalotti. Up the glass down the near side. Deflected all the way down. No icing. We'll continue on. 5 minutes gone in the opening in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period, excuse me. Opening 5 minutes of the third period. Robidoux dumps it around Musser towards the front of the net through the slot to the near corner. Musser is on it. He'll find James Hardy. Poked up the near wall for Hebert. Has Florent as the drop pass. Florent on a 4-game goal streak throws it towards the front of the net. Good shot for a rebound. No one was crashing to the net. And that gives Reading an opportunity to clear it to neutral ice. Quick transition off the skates of Hebert. He'll dump it in. He's at the end of a shift, but he stays out for the forecheck as Reading rims it around the far side boards. All the way down. Kurth is behind Musser. Kurth walks in, saved by Poulter. No rebound given up with 14:12 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Born Primitive is athlete-driven and patriot-inspired, creating high-performance fitness apparel built for strength, style, and durability. Check out their full collection at bornprimitive.com and elevate your workouts today. 14:12 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk has a defensive zone faceoff coming up to the blocker hand side of Isaac Poulter. Norfolk's season hangs in the balance with this 4-game set against Reading, who sits in the last playoff spot. Christoph Papp will start the breakout for Will Magnuson. Down the right wing comes Braden Engum, and at the red line he'll send it behind Christoph Papp. It's a delayed offside. Jaden Dureau and Christoph Papp will exit to tag up. That allows Reading to come through the neutral zone. behind Kurth, and Magnuson sends it back to the red line, but it's dumped in. Poulter out of his net, can't slow it down. Engum is there, has it go through him. Haskins is going to get there in the near corner. Towards the high slot, knocked away on a good defensive stick by Magnuson. He'll send Jaden Dureau for a skate down the near side wall. He'll chip it into the corner, colliding with Meehan, back in the trapezoid. To the far corner, it's Christoph Papp. He's tied up at the goal line, finding Jaden Dureau as an outlet. Blue line, Zalati, rolling puck, wide of the net intentionally for Christoph Papp. Looking for an outlet from the near side corner, all the way to the blue line, McDougal. Dougie to the far side, Zalati, back door through the slot. O'Leary was the intended target, and it goes undeflected all the way out to the neutral zone. Meehan dispossessed by McDougal. Here come the Admirals on the transition over the blue line. Zalati stays onside, but O'Leary can't hold on to it, and a recycle for Reading, and an outlet to the neutral zone is successful. Through the air, Justin Young trying to corral Carson Golder to the boards. He's successful, but back come the Royals to the high slot, chipped out, and Reading will be forced back to their defensive blue line with 12:45 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Justin Young had a stick in his skate blade, courtesy of Carson Golder. We continue 5-on-5 as Reading works out of their defensive end. Willits up the far wall. Engum forces the dump in from McLaughlin. Musser can't get the breakout to work, but Cetera gets on the loose puck. Good corral of the hard pass from Engum, who rims it around the boards. Fans on the dump in, and Peretz starts a breakout for Willits on the far corner. And with the lob wedge out to the neutral zone. Backspin, though, around Carson Golder, and Justin Young settles it down for Carson Musser. Throws it on a deflection. It goes off the shoulder of Yanni Peretz over the glass and out of play. 12:03 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. We'll step aside for the first time. Norfolk still trails by 2 here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk in a 2-0 hole. 0 for 3 on the power play, 1 for 1 on the kill. Both Reading goals scored back in the second period. Yanni Peretz currently working on a shutout against the Admirals. That is what happens when a goaltender stops all shots faced to any point in the game. Yanni Peretz currently shutting out the Admirals, 24 shots against, giving Yanni Peretz a shutout right now. And from the near corner, it's rimmed out to the neutral zone. Saints will leave it for Mongo. Mongo in the high slot. Blocker saved by Poulter's a good one. Made it look routine. And Florent goes on the transition. Osmondson walks down the near side. Backhander through the slot. Florent was too far behind. Musser holds it. Into the corner it goes for Brady Florent. Tied up in the corner. Possession held by Mongo. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Hebert and Osmondson battling in front of the Reading bench, and it goes back to the red line as Hebert trying to get out from the Reading bench, taking a cross check doing so. Osmondson through neutral ice, over the blue line, cuts around, Osmondson right in on goal, no shot taken, sends it and airmails it back to the near side half wall. Hebert holds the line, behind, Florent lets it go to Osmondson, but it's stolen away by Meehan. Osmondson gets it right back. Florent in the near corner, trying to gain space along the glass. And it's chipped out on choppy ice. It's not going to have legs for an icing call 9 minutes into the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. McDougal back up the near side. Florent pokes at it, trying to find Dureau walking the line. Papp joins the fray. He'll come in 1-on-3. From the far circle, it's knocked away from Zalati and off the stick of O'Leary and on goal, so no icing. Josh McDougal harassed from behind, but he finds O'Leary down the near side. O'Leary going to use his speed over the blue line. Puck rolls away from him and back to Zalati at neutral ice. 10:30 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk starting to run out of time as they trail by 2. Pap at the red line, cross ice to the near side. Dureau lost the handle, and it's chipped back to the blue line, not out just yet. Second attempt finds a stick in the neutral zone of Haskins. Haskins over the blue line, 2-on-1. Good blocker save again by Isaac Poulter, keeping his team in this one, facing his 31st shot of the game. Stretch pass on the stick of Jaden Dureau, trying to get behind the defense. Stops up to the high slot, and it's knocked away from him, and McLaughlin will send it back towards center ice. Braden Engum slows it down. Straight up off the stick of Christoph Pap, onside, no icing. Artem Kulikov up the far wall, past Magnuson, but he pokes it along for Engum to recycle it for Jaden Dureau. In his skates, but he holds on to it. Around Willits into the far corner. Reifenberger and Magnuson on that forecheck, and it comes back to Dureau to start it for Magnuson. Off the wall, trying to find Reifenberger. Stretches but can't hold on to it, and Engum has to reverse it for Justin Young. 9:23 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk down 2-0. And Engum back in the near corner is in his defensive end. Too far away from Magnuson, given right up to Redding in the Admirals defensive zone. Engum has another chance to start the breakout for James Hardy now in the corner. And Magnuson moves it down the wall, trying to find Justin Young. Engum now going to the bench, watching Hardy dump it into the near corner. Through the trapezoid. Reifenberger forechecks Meehan. Thrown up the near side wall. Poked at by McDougall, but out to center ice for Carson Musser. 8:50 left on the clock in regulation. Norfolk down 2-0. Off the wall of Reifenberger. And poked at the red line, McDougall. With Musser supporting. Straight up the near wall, Hardy. Looking for Hebert. Does that get deflected? No, it does not. Hebert disagrees, but it's a Sheraton waterside icing called against the Admirals with 8:33 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. We've dropped brand new Admirals merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. Visit our merch stand outside Gate 14 during games, or visit our website to shop our online store today and get geared up for the season. 8:33 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Neither team being able to capitalize on their power play opportunities. Norfolk 0 for 3, Reading 0 for 1. Both goals for Reading scored in the second period and at 5-on-5. Meehan at the blue line, rims it around the boards near side to far. All the way to the corner, McDougall trying to get a handle on it. Getting help from Hardy, and it's poked out to the blue line. And Grant Hebert steals it away. Comes over the blue line down the near side. Hebert shot blocked away. Young is there supporting Hebert to the blue line. Pescucci walks to the far side boards. Down the wall, Hebert. Fresh off the bench, Florent finds Zalotti backdoor. Parker save made by Peretz. It's still back behind the net. Florent with a broken stick that was slashed by Meehan, and Florent gets tripped up in the low slot. 2 penalties called that are not being called. Pescucci knocks down a player in the near corner, and Osmondson takes possession. Tied up into the boards by Meehan. Osmondson back on his feet. Hard hit in the near corner, and Grant Hebert is going to be taken. Brady Florent was absolutely mauled behind the net with a broken stick and a trip out in front, and instead Grant Hebert gets taken for his second penalty of the game. We'll step aside, but when we come back, the Admirals will be on the Centera Therapy Center. Penalty killed, 7:48 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
This is Josh McDougall, and you're listening to Admirals Hockey on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Now let's get back to the action with Nikki Gimbel.
7:48 7:48 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. The penalty kill is going to have to come up big again as Grant Hebert heads into the Admirals beatbox penalty box, trailing 2-0. It's officially a boarding penalty against Hebert at 12:12 of this second period, and Reading wins the face-off. Norfolk had several shorthanded opportunities on the last opportunity. This one, however, finds its way into the Admirals net. Carson Golder makes it 3-0. Took 8 seconds and a broken play in front as the puck found its way to Carson Golder on the far side of Isaac Poulter, who had committed to the shot. It was deflected to his glove side, and Poulter was too far out of position to recover. Power play goal for Reading makes it 3-0. 7:40 left in regulation. Broken stick for Christoph Papp off the ensuing center ice face-off. Head equipment manager Curtis Mosley will give him a fresh one. And it's dumped in by Robidoux. Poulter moves it up the near side wall. O'Leary kicks it to the neutral zone. Poked at by Papp, but it comes back to Josh McDougall, and Benzalotti takes over. Straight up the near side, Dureau takes a bump. And Peretz will backhand it up the far wall. Out to neutral ice for Benzalotti. Finds McDougall, who moves it along for O'Leary. Avoids the brunt of a collision, and Zalotti joins the play. Zalotti into the corner, backdoor feed. What a save by Peretz. Maybe his best of the night. Zalotti to the blue line for McDougall. Far side, Papp. He'll send one off the shoulder of Peretz again, and gloved down by O'Leary in the corner. Papp looks for an option. Backdoor feed, no shot taken. Zalotti towards the front, poked at by O'Leary and wide. Papp has it behind the net in the trapezoid. With 6.5 left in regulation, down by 3, it's crunch time for the Admirals. Zalotti to the blue line for McDougall. He'll walk. Zalotti has it on the near half wall. McDougall, far side Dureau. Time and space, walks in. Blocker saved by Peretz, and it goes over the glass and out of play. 6:23 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Yanni Peretz is fighting to keep his shutout alive. Maybe the best all-around offensive shift for the Admirals right there in response to yielding the third goal of the game. But again, Yanni Peretz preserving his shutout. Stopping all 29 Admiral shots to this point, keeping his shutout alive. False start by Reading. Off the face-off, Hunter Johannes with Reifenberger's stick not even on the ice. They allow that face-off to continue. And Reading's going to have a 3-on-2 odd man rush the opposite direction because of it. Johannes to the far side. Pad save made by Poulter on the deflection. And James Hardy will move it down the near side for Jack Piscucci. At the red line, he'll chip it towards the net of Yanni Peretz. And Willits moves it around Hardy. Musser pinches in, keeps it below the face-off dots. Page has it stolen away. Musser from the blue line. Near side Piscucci towards the net. Saved by Peretz. Backhander by Hardy goes wide. Musser towards the front. Deflected into the glove hand of Peretz. And Willits cross-checks and mauls Justin Young from behind. James Hardy tied up. That's Reifenberger maybe. Tied up by a pair of black jerseys, and Piscucci comes in to help out. That'll take us to media timeout number 3. 5:38 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Still 3-0 for Reading here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.538 left in the Michelob Ultra's 0-3rd period. Brandon Osmondson is out. The Admirals are treating this as they should. It's a do-or-die moment for this team. They trail by 3 with 5.5 left. Isaac Poulter still in the net, but Norfolk and head coach Jeff Carr going with 4 forwards and the most offensive defenseman they have on this team, Ben Zalotti, to try to break the shutout of Yaniv Peretz and get back in this game before time becomes too much of a factor. 5:13 left in the Michelob Ultra 0-3rd period. Osmondson dumps it in, left by Peretz behind the net, rimmed up the far side boards, knocked down by Florent, but taken by Carson Golder. We have reached the final 5 presented by Centera as of now. 5 minutes left in regulation, Norfolk trailing 3-0. Chip to the blue line, glove down by Golder. Keeps it on side for Ben Zalotti. Cross ice near side O'Leary. 3-on-3 at the blue line. O'Leary over. Holds up and goes to the corner. Florent out in front. Osmondson save Peretz. Rebound is there and it's covered by Peretz long enough. Osmondson was bumped into the net and that's going to be a penalty against Artem Kulikov. Osmondson slow to get up after being dumped into the net. And Kulikov will send the Admirals on a New Horizon Bank power play that is, without a doubt, the most important power play of the season to this point. They trail 3-0 with 4:38 left in regulation. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jeff Carr take his time out and consider pulling Isaac Poulter. New Horizon Bank power play coming up. Hebert, Pat, Florent, Duro, McDougall out for the offensive zone faceoff on the far circle. Hebert wins it for McDougall at the blue line. Pat moves it cross ice, near side. Duro walks in, backdoor feed, wide of the net on the deflection by Hebert. And it's picked up by Meehan to send it to center ice off the glove of Duro. Kulikov gets a minor penalty for roughing, giving the Admirals their 4th New Horizon Bank power play of the game. They're 0-for-3 to this point. McDougall along the blue line, far side Duro. Settles a rolling puck for McDougall at the blue line. Slap shot taken, blocked in front by Frasca. And Duro moves it to the near corner. Hebert continues it up the wall to the blue line for Pap. Pap down back to the corner. Shadowed by Meehan. Hebert off the stick of Frasca to the blue line for McDougall. Back down for Hebert at the hash marks along the boards. Florent along the goal line. Pressured towards the front. Blocked. Back down to the far corner. Duro holds on to it. 3:45 left in regulation. Poulter still in the net. 5-on-4 New Horizon Bank power play for another minute and 2 seconds. Pap in the far circle. Looks to the blue line. McDougall. Pap is the option. This one towards the front. Florent pokes at it, but Peretz does not yield a rebound. 55 seconds left in the New Horizon Bank power play. Isaac Poulter comes to the bench. Does Norfolk take a timeout? 6-on-4 with the empty net. Norfolk's season hangs in the balance. Down by 3 with 55 seconds on the power play. It's a 6-on-4 New Horizon Bank power play with Poulter on the bench. Near side circle faceoff. Reifenberger, Hardy, Centera, Zalotti, and O'Leary, the standard second unit out. Osmondson is the extra attacker. The puck migrates to the far half while it's backhanded by Michel all the way down. A desperate Admirals team breaks out of the defensive end. Zalotti up the far wall for Osmondson. At the blue line, he's knocked down along the boards by Willits. Blue line Zalotti, moves it, O'Leary, near circle, back door, Cetera fires, Peretz makes the save and he doesn't yield a rebound again. Still 3-0 Reading with 3:07 left in regulation and 30 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. McDougal comes on the ice. Who will he replace? He will replace Cetera. So McDougal and Zalotti will man the blue line. O'Leary, Hardy, Reifenberger, and Osmondson will be the forwards. Poulter still on the bench for the extra attacker. Reifenberger wins the faceoff. Ozzy leaves it for Zalotti. He'll send it towards the front, blocked by Reifenberger inadvertently, and the stuff attempt gets blocked to the corner. Hardy on the far side circle, moves it to the blue line. Zalotti walks. Near side, McDougal back to Zalotti. Hardy wants it on the left side. He's not going to get it just yet. Zalotti to the near side. McDougal looking backdoor. Osmondson pokes at it. Comes up to the high slot for Hardy, who finds refuge in Zalotti. Gets around 1-4 checker. Near side, McDougal backdoor. It's blocked. Walks to the high slot. And it's taken away by Sevigny, who sends it off a stick of Reifenberger. Over the glass and out of play on a deflection. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Admirals 0 for 4 on the power play. And Reading is back to full strength with 2:35 left in regulation. Isaac Poulter still on the bench. Does Jeff Carr use his timeout with full strength afoot? Not just yet. 6-on-5 with Poulter on the bench. Norfolk needs 3 to tie in the next 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Hebert wins it to the corner. Dureau moves it to the far side. Musser pinches in. Takes a hit from Frasca, holding possession in the corner for McCary. Poke to the blue line. Florent to the high slot. Falling down, but it comes careening into the far corner for Hebert. Rims it around the boards to the near side. Dureau lets it go through him. Stolen away by Reading. It's cleared all the way down the ice for a Sheraton Waterside icing, as it goes wide of the net with 2:12 left in regulation. Zalotti and McDougal will come back out on the ice, replacing Engum and Musser. McCary, Florent, Hebert, and Dureau are the forwards, 6-on-5. Offensive zone faceoff. Hebert wins it. Florent pokes it. Zalotti walks it along the blue line. Shooting lane is there. Deflected just wide to the far corner. Hebert is first on it. And McCary finds refuge in Dureau in the near corner. Dureau holds on to it at the goal line. Near side looking up to the blue line. Knocked down by Zalotti. Holds the blue line. Gets it to Dureau for a moment. Off the near side wall. Into the corner. 2-on-1 down low. Florent out in front. One-timer just wide. Comes back out into the mixer. It's loose at the top of the blue paint. Reading comes away with it. They send it down the ice, but it's knocked down by McDougal in the neutral zone. With 97 seconds left in regulation, Norfolk needs 3 to tie. Hebert from the circle. On the far side, Zalotti holds it at the blue line. Empty net still for the Admirals. Zalotti for Florent, and now Hebert on the far half wall. Zalotti from the blue line. Shot blocked in front. Hebert steals it away. Rolling puck, backhanded into the near circle. One-timer off the outside of the post. Peretz has it covered, and McCary can't get there. 1:15 left on the clock, and now Willits is going after Nick McCary. They'll be separated and will stay 6-on-5. 1:15 left in regulation. Norfolk down 3-0. Time starting to run out on the Admirals. Face off on the near circle. False start. Papstick wasn't down on the ice. We'll do it all over again. And Pap is being tossed out of the faceoff because the linesman dropped the puck too early. An official's mistake cost the Admirals. Justin Young wins the faceoff, but splits the defense of Engum and Musser. It goes all the way down to Admiral territory with 70 seconds on the clock. Musser for Young. He chips it in. Into the near corner. Poked behind the net. O'Leary can't get a handle. Cleared out to the neutral zone off the stick of Ingham. Straight up the far wall for Christoph Papp. Backhanded cross corner to the near side. O'Leary walking in, trying to thwart the shutout of Yaniv Peretz, who's working on a shutout right now against the Admirals. Musser towards the net, knocked down in front, and cleared up the far wall to neutral ice for Ingham to hold it at the red line. O'Leary back behind the net, through Peretz to the far corner. Young poking at it with only half a minute left. Behind it's Osmondson, trying to walk out in front. Back to Osmondson in the near half wall. Walks in off the boards. Backhander in front. Young trying to poke at it. He's cross-checked right into Yaniv Peretz. That's going to spark a brawl. Everybody separating for a moment, but Justin Young was absolutely bowled over in front of the net. Not too smart by the Reading defense to shove an opposition right into your starting netminder, who's pitching a shutout for 59 minutes and 43 seconds. Isaac Poulter goes back in the net as the faceoff comes out to the neutral zone. Back to 5-on-5. Norfolk trails 3-0. Faceoff at center. Papp wins it, but it's poked by Reading into Admiral territory with 13 seconds on the clock. McDougall behind the net. With 3 games left in this 4-game series, McDougall will just kill time, and Norfolk will be shut out for only the second time this season. Come back to the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. We'll wrap it all up and get you set for the 3-3 that is about to ensue on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here at Santander Arena. 3-0 win for the Royals over the Admirals here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Norfolk shut out for just the second time this season, a 3-0 loss to the Reading Royals. Reading improves to 31, 21, 7-2. They get points number 70 and 71 on the season. Norfolk dropping their 31st game in regulation, 26-31, 4-0. They stay at 56 points and are now 15 points out of a playoff spot with only 11 games to go. 2 of Reading's 3 goals were scored in the second period. No scoring in the first period. Connor Kurth's 13th of the season from Golder and McLaughlin. And then in the final minute of the second period, Frasca's 11th of the season from Johannes and Gendron. Then a power play goal from Carson Golder for his 14th of the season from Meehan and McLaughlin at 12:20 of that third period. Put the nail in the coffin. First star of the night, no doubter, Yaniv Peretz, a 37-save shutout against his former team. Carson Golder will likely be the second star, getting a multi-point night in his return. And getting the third start of the night, Connor Kurth with a goal and 4 shots with a +1. Admirals shut out for just the second time this season. Only game 1 of this 4-game set between these two teams will have a day off tomorrow as there's a concert here in Santander Arena. Neither team will be given ice time tomorrow. And then we'll get reset and refocused for the start of a 3-3 starting on Friday at 7 p.m. right here at Santander Arena. I'll have pregame coverage right here on Flow Hockey and YouTube Live, the new home for Admirals audio broadcasts, right here at 6:45 p.m. from downtown Reading. Isaac Poulter, in his 35th game appearance of the season, drops to 21-13-1-0, yielding 3 goals, but in a 31 save performance, I might add. This is not in any way, shape, or form on Isaac Poulter, and Yanni Peretz getting help from posts and making big saves of his own. This could have easily been a 6-5, 7-6 type of game. Reading just got the extra bounces. Norfolk could not. And it's a 3-0 shutout loss to the Reading Royals. And time starting to dwindle on the Admirals' playoff hopes, now with only 11 games remaining in the regular season. One final time here from Santander Arena. Reading Royals defeating the Admirals 3-0 here in downtown Reading. Join us right here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network at 6:45 p.m. on Friday for Game 2 of this 4-game set here in the Keystone State. Nick Gimbel saying so long and thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday night. Tune in right back here on Friday night for more Admirals hockey on this 4-game road trip.